9 was released all the way back in 2015, and it introduced a variety of new features at the time, such as the ability to place widgets in Spotlight Search, which are not present in iOS 8, as well as a redesigned Spotlight Search, even though I haven't gotten the widgets to work yet, but as you can tell, it has Siri suggestions, so it's clearly showing something. This also introduced Night Shift for 64-bit devices, which this is a bad example because this iPhone 5 is 32-bit, but if you scroll down to the control center, there is now a feature called Night Shift, which tints the screen to be a yellowish tint, so that way you have an easier time viewing your devices at night, hopefully without them keeping you awake as long. It also introduced the News app, which replaced the Newsstand app, and introduced the Wallet app, which replaced Passbook. And the overall font in the operating system will replace the previous Helvetica Neue with a new San Francisco font, which Apple now uses basically everywhere in their products. And there are some new emojis found in iOS 9.1, as you can tell if I type a note. As you can tell, there are some new emojis, like for example, the money face emoji that I remember in iOS 9, since I didn't update to iOS 9 until December 2015. And back when iOS 9 was new, I never really got to experience it on any better devices than A5 X chip, because back when it was new, I used it on my iPod Touch 5th generation, or one of them, and my iPad 3rd generation, which I'll zoom out so you can see. And because I used this iPod Touch 5th generation up until 2019 as my main pocketable, and I hadn't downgraded to iOS 8 yet, I used iOS 9 for a very long time, especially because I still use my iPad 3rd generation as a side iPad for quite a while until around late 2018. So as a result, I never really acquired any newer iOS 9 devices until I got the 6S, which leads me into my next segue, which is that ever since the last iOS downgrade party, or the big one back in January 2018, iOS 9 is rarely activated on any iPhone 6, 6S, or first generation SE running it. So as a result, the only workarounds are backup activation tickets and or to delete setup app, which I've done both. And iOS 9 was also the last iOS version to contain slide down lock before they replaced it with press home to open in iOS 10. And it was also the last iOS version for quite a while to contain the lock sound. And now I have some thoughts from channel supporter Ramen from Ramen Sec that he wants to share about iOS 9, so I'll go ahead and let him talk now.
Hi there, I am Ramin for the YouTube channel Ramin's Tech, and I'm here to talk about iOS 9, its features, and a special spot that this operating system has in my heart. iOS 9 came out in 2015 and has some decent features like split view and slide over. However, while slide over works on older iPads like the Mini 2 or my Mini 3, split view requires the iPad Pro 2015, iPad Air 2, or the Mini 4. iOS 9 has a very cool wallpaper, and honestly, iOS 9 itself holds a soft spot in my heart because I used iOS 9 from 2015 till I sold my iPad Mini 1 in the year 2023 and upgraded to a Mini 2. Now I have a Mini 3. Every generation of Mini. Nice. I'm getting sidetracked now, aren't I? It was slow, but I realized iOS 9 is the first iOS I remember, along with iOS 10, which my mom's iPad had. I made a YouTube short about that. So technically, that means that without iOS 9, I probably wouldn't have gotten into tech at all. So yeah, that's all. I honestly think iOS 9 is the reason I have this channel. Please subscribe to the iTunes Fanboy, and subscribe to me as well. And yeah, that's it.
So what was your experience of iOS 9 back when it was new? I somewhat enjoyed it back when it was new, but I didn't like the font replacement. However, I didn't hate it nearly as badly as I hated the changes in iOS 10. However, I did hate it when I lived with it for a week back in February 2022, which I will link that video in the description, but as always, thank you all for watching this video. I'm the iTunes Fanboy, and as always, peace out.